What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another product review for you and we're gonna look at a brand from Malaysia. For today we're gonna look at the Prof Spike Clay. Now this is a water-based clay with a heavy hold. And of course I want to thank Aziz for sending me this. Thanks dude. And without further ado, we're gonna take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have the Prof Spike Clay. Comes in a 4.2 ounce black plastic top. You get this nice reflective label on the lid with the brand, product name and plenty of information as well. You get the brand and product name on the side once again. And you get ingredients on the other side as well. Overall, I do like the presentation of this. It has quite a unique look and the mascot kind of reminds me of those Gila Gila comics. And if you open it up, you get this brown clay inside. The scent is tobacco vanilla. And what I get is this slightly sweet, woody scent. As far as tobacco vanilla scents go, this one isn't exactly my favorite, but it's definitely not a bad one either. It's also fairly prominent in the hair without being overpowering, so you'll definitely notice it throughout the day. Now scooping it out, super easy. Feels really thick but creamy at the same time. You don't really need to apply that much pressure to get it out, and breaking it down, just the same, really creamy and smooth, and it's not really grippy at all. Burst down into this white paste and going into the hair. It starts to feel a lot more thicker and grippier in the hair, but still not that bad. As you can tell, I'm applying into completely dry hair and there's not really that much tugging or pulling if any. It's really manageable. You definitely can apply this into damp hair, but I wouldn't really advise it because the results are definitely much better in dry hair. The scent, like I mentioned, is definitely noticeable. And as for the shine, it definitely has a matte finish just like advertised. Taking it back, definitely not the best, especially because it's quite a dry clay. But after a couple of passes, as you can tell, you can comb it through. But frankly speaking, I don't think it's something that you would want to do with this clay. Nonetheless, you can comb it through if you want to. It's mostly a matter of preference, and I comb it through just so that I can get my part in later during styling. Gonna style my hair now. Talk to you again in a bit. I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a somewhat decent amount of height and volume. My sides are a bit more looser, but they are kept in place. This clay can provide a pretty good amount of texture, getting that matte finish, and the scent is fairly noticeable. So anyways, let's talk more about the Prof Spike Clay. Now I've seen and heard of Prof Spike for quite some time already, but I've never really known much about their products prior to them sending me their stuff. I did know that they have quite an extensive lineup, so you're gonna be seeing their stuff reviewed for the next few weeks. Now as far as the clay goes, I think most of you know that I'm not really much of a clay user. I've said that quite a few times on many videos. And I do think that this is a pretty good clay, but it's not really for me. Now application with this stuff is ridiculously easy, scoops out really soft and creamy, breaks down just the same, and it goes into the hair with very minimal tugging and pulling. Styling with this stuff is also pretty easy. You do get a fair amount of control and it responds to finger combing pretty well. Now even though it's supposed to give a heavy hold, I don't really get that. I get more of a lightweight medium to firm hold at best. It's also quite a dry product and can provide a decent amount of texture as well. It also provides a nice matte finish where it doesn't look too dried out and lifeless, but definitely doesn't add any shine either. Now I think the weakest thing about this clay is the endurance for me. I find that it's a bit too lightweight and dry for me, and that really makes my hair deflate really quickly. Even right now, my hair is quite a bit shorter than it used to be, and I can see it deflating quite a bit. I can easily just finger comb it back in place, and I think that it looks pretty good, but I find myself needing to do that quite often throughout the day, and I don't really like that. I do think that this clay will work really well if you have really short hair or if you're going for a longer, looser hairstyle, but if you're like me and like to use clays as a matte texturizing pomade, this one doesn't do that well. And as for washing it out, one rinse is all you need. It also doesn't leave the hair feeling lifeless and dried out, so that's definitely a good thing. So anyways, final verdict on the Prof Spike Clay. I give it a 3 out of 5. I definitely don't think that it's a terrible clay, but it's also not something that I would personally reach for either. If you're into those lightweight, dry clays, this can be a pretty good option. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.